Ever dreamt of a place with the charm of a close-knit community, but the excitement of the city life? Well, look no further. Today, we're going to jump in my computer and take a look at Oakley, one of the neighborhoods here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm excited to give you a detailed view of Oakley today by jumping into the map and showing you all the highlights and the proximity of where Oakley is located surrounding other Cincinnati attractions. My name is Angela Evans with Cincinnati Ohio Living, and whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, go ahead and use the contact information in the description box below. I would be so excited to help you make a smooth move here in Cincinnati. So let's go ahead and jump into the map. Here's downtown Cincinnati, and Oakley is located right up here, just northeast of downtown. The way that you would get to downtown from Oakley is you would jump here on 71 and you would take that right down into the city. It's a super quick drive. As you can see, it's about 7 miles from downtown Cincinnati, so only about a 15-minute drive. And then as far as the airport here in Cincinnati, CVG is actually located in northern Kentucky over in Hebron. And so as you can see from the map here, looks like the drive from Oakley is about 20 miles, give or take. Looks like 20-25 minutes is probably how long it's going to take you to get over here to the airport. And there are a couple different routes you can take. One of them is going down 71, 75, crossing over the bridge there. The other option, you can take 471 around here, and that kind of takes you a little bit longer way, but sometimes that might actually be a faster way, depending on the traffic right here going over the bridge. If you're in rush hour, it's not really a time of day that you want to be going through downtown over the bridges there, but if you have to be going over the 471 bridge is probably going to be better traffic than the 71-75 bridge. So one of the reasons why you can see that Oakley is probably a really popular place to live is because it is very centrally located to a lot of attractions in Cincinnati. You're close to downtown Cincinnati. You're not far from the Cincinnati Zoo. You're just up 71 to Kenwood Town Center, which is the larger shopping mall in this area. So Oakley is one of the 52 neighborhoods in Cincinnati, Ohio. It has a population of about 12,000 people per the last census. Oakley is often referred to as the neighborhood next to Hyde Park. If you really love Hyde Park, but it's just a little out of reach financially for you, Oakley is a great alternative. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's really exploded over the last several years, because Hyde Park is just really sought after, and Oakley is right next to it. All right, so you can see here that Oakley is bordered by Hyde Park to the south, Madisonville to the northeast, Pleasant Ridge and Norwood to the northwest. So Oakley is also really close to popular areas like Marymount and Mount Lookout. Okay, so let's talk about the main roads that run through Hyde Park here. All right, so your main road going through Oakley here is Madison Road. And that's actually where Oakley Square sits. And it connects you, it goes all the way down, through both ways here. Then you have Marburg here that comes up from Hyde Park and turns into Ridge right about in the center of Oakley, and that takes you up the rest of the way through Oakley. One of the biggest new developments, there's still stuff being built, is Oakley Station here in the northern part of Oakley. There are just a ton of restaurants out there. You have everything from Chick-fil-A to sit-down restaurants, McAllister's. You also have the Bear Paddle, a swim school. You have a trampoline and adventure park. So as far as schools go, Oakley is part of the Cincinnati public school system. You do have some Montessori schools there. You have Clark Montessori. You have Kilgore, Withrow High School. You do have a private option as well, which is pre-K to 8th grade. So according to niche.com, Cincinnati Public School has an overall rating of B-. Overall, the Cincinnati public school system looks like it has about 35,000 students, according to niche.com. The only public high school in Oakley. Open enrollment is going to be Withrow High School. They have an overall niche grade of C, and they are located right on Madison Road. Then you have Clark Montessori High School, which has an overall grade of B on niche.com. Looks like it only has about 680 students, grades 7 through 12. Then you have Kilgore Elementary School, which is K through 6, and that has an overall grade of A- on niche.com. As far as transportation goes, like I said, Oakley is a really walkable neighborhood to live in. But if you are someone that needs to take public transportation, there are 10 bus stops, all serviced by the Southwest Ohio Regional Transit Authority, which is the Cincinnati Metro. So a few of the other amenities that Oakley offers is the 20th Century Theater, which is a really cool place just right next to Oakley Square. They have Red Tree Art Gallery, Queen City Clay, which is also an art gallery. They also have, some large gyms, Planet Fitness, Esporta Fitness, which used to be LA Fitness. They have the 14-screen Cinemark Theater in Oakley Station. I mentioned that they have the swim school there. So Oakley Station, just a little bit more about that. That's all been developed in like the last 10 years. That was a 73-acre site that they have mixed use office, retail, entertainment, some residential apartments. If you're a golfer, you have Hyde Park Golf Club and Country Club and Cincinnati Country Club, really close. Hyde Park Golf and Country Club is literally on the border of Oakley. So Oakley Square is just a cute little place. If you saw my Oakley vlog tour video, you'll get to see a little glimpse of that there. But they have that 20th Century Theater. There's a Dewey's Pizza. There's a sushi place. They have a car wash. There's a play school just around the corner on Drake. There's a lot of little restaurants and shops just down from this. I think this way. I'm going the wrong way here. There's a Skyline. Always have to have a Skyline close. I was actually looking for, there's a little place called King Arthur's Court. It's a toy store, but it is not a normal toy store. It is a very unique store. You can go in, play with things. They have a whole downstairs play area. My kids love it. Kind of a little bit of everything in Oakley, actually. You have Mexican, you have Italian, you have fast food, you have sushi. Some of the local places, Oakley Pub and Grill, Green Papaya is a sushi place, Sleepy Bee Cafe, Mod Pizza, Bonefish Grill. You also have Deeper Roots Coffee, if you're a big coffee drinker, and Mad Tree Brewing, which is a huge brewery here in Cincinnati. It's really popular. It's a huge space. They have opportunity to rent space out for special events. So it's just a really cool brewery right there in the heart of Oakley. As far as your grocery stores, you have Kroger, Target, the Fresh Market, Meijer, and there is still some new development going on in Oakley. The biggest one is called the Foundry. It's really close to Factory 52 in Norwood, and that place is a whole plan that I kind of talk about more in my vlog tour of Oakley. So we're going to jump into the Cincinnati MLS, and I am just going to do a search here for recently sold homes for sale in Oakley. So since the beginning of this year, there's been about 27 sales just in Oakley alone. So it looks like the selling price per square foot, the average in Oakley, is about $262 per square foot. So the average selling price is about $402,000. Most of those houses, 23 of them, were on the market less than 30 days. Okay, here's your average days on market is 14. So it looks like it's taken about, on average, about 14 days to get a house under contract in Oakley. At least that has been the case for this year. In the last few months, at the time of this video, in Oakley, you have homes selling for anywhere from $225,000 to about $875,000. So in the last year, there have been about 141 properties that have sold in the Oakley area. Those home prices have ranged anywhere from $160,000 to $998,000. Your average selling price per square foot for the last year has been about $270. And your average days on market, it is a little bit higher when you look at the last year versus the last few months. And that is, the average days on market is 21 days. And if you look at the stats here, it looks like 125 of those properties out of the 141, so the vast majority, have actually sold in less than 30 days. You only have a handful of properties that are over that. Looks like this property, which is a new build at Rookwood Place, this property sold for a little over $1 million. So this is just all the sketches. There's not actually. So it was listed at $998 and it says it sold for $1 million, just over $1 million. The top 3 homes that have sold in the last year in Oakley were all new builds. The next one, which sold for $865,000, looks like it was about 6 years old. Let's look at what's actually for sale right now in Oakley. So right now, as of the day of this video, there are just 22 properties available for sale in Oakley. These are all new builds on Cardiff. So as you can see, of the 22 that are available right now, only 2 of them are under $700,000. Now, a lot of the ones that are listed right now are new builds. All of these properties on Cardiff are new builds in that Foundry development. And then these Edward Roads are also new builds in Robertson. And it looks like those range anywhere from $240,000 up to almost $1.2 million. Your $239,000 house that's listed right now on Marburg is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's about 1,000 square feet. Another one that's listed at about $370,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, about 1,000 square feet again. So this is another area of a bunch of new builds here on Cardiff. Most of them are listed at about $720,000. Very modern style homes. Another one on Bach, new build. Three Oaks, new build. Edwards Road, those are new builds. A lot of new builds in Oakley. So the Robertson properties are located at the Foundry development, Briggs Place. So it looks like just about every single listing that's active in Oakley right now is a new build. One of the positive things about this is that you're going to get a huge tax abatement, which means you're not going to have to pay taxes for 10, 15 years on all of these new build properties. In my Oakley vlog video, I talk a little bit more about the pocket parks and stuff that the Foundry and some of the other new build areas are going to include. So the phase that they're currently building at the Foundry are the single family homes. Here's an example on their website on Robertson. And these are 3 to 4 story homes. You have a rooftop option. They are in this community where there's going to be some pocket parks and walking, and it's going to be a real urban lifestyle community living. They also have future development that is going to be luxury apartments, and then also luxury senior 55 plus living community. And those are their phase 2 and phase 3 parts of this project. We're going to look at properties that are pending in Oakley right now. So there are 25 properties currently under contract in Oakley, and those range from, looks like $245,000 to $1.2 million. Some of those, again, are the new builds. Most of the higher priced properties are your new builds in Oakley. This is pending right now, $245,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath on Madison Road. Looks like a nice little home. It's about 1,000 square feet. So as you can see, you're right around that $250 price point for about 1,000 square feet, 2-bed, 1-bath in the Oakley area. So once you get more than the 2-bed, 1-bath, maybe 3-bed, 1-bath or 1.5 bath, then you're getting closer to that $300,000 price point. You're still around the same square feet though. So about 1,000, anywhere from 900 to 1,200 square feet. So you're still on the smaller side. So your price per square foot, in Oakley is going to be higher than other areas in Cincinnati. So most of the houses in Oakley were built sometime around 1900 to the 1940s, 50s. So you will run into some stone foundations in some of the houses. That's just one of the many things to look for in an older house. Sometimes you might run into knob and tube wiring. These are all things that as you look at a house, you can talk through and explore your options and what matters to you and what doesn't matter to you. According to niche.com, Oakley is rated the #4 place to live in Cincinnati, Ohio, just behind Hyde Park, downtown, and East Walnut Hills. So this house is listed at $425,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 full, 1 half bath. It's about almost 1,500 square feet, it looks like. It's a full brick home right on Paxton Avenue, one of the main roads, and it looks like you are right next to the golf course. Yep, you're right next to the Hyde Park Country Club. That house was built in 1948. $520,000. This house was built in 1900. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. So that's probably why your price is a little higher on this one too. And it looks like it was a very well-maintained home right on Drakewood. So has a lot of charm. As you can see, you have the arched doorways, stained glass windows, fireplace, updated kitchen. You know, it has a lot of nice features to it. That one went pending after 2 days on the market. So one of the new builds on Bach Avenue is listed for $765,000. Looks like it's a 3-bed, 2 full bath, 1 half bath, about 1,700 square feet. It's brand new, everything that you would want. You know, you get to pick out all the finishes. Okay, so that's it for the houses that are currently for sale in Oakley. As you can see, Oakley is still exploding with a lot of new construction, a lot of new development. And so there are going to continue to be opportunities, and those prices are probably only going to continue to go up from where they are. The homes in the lower price points that are under that $500,000 to $700,000 range, those are going to be going super quickly. Smaller homes, 2 beds, 1 baths, a lot of times around 1,000 square feet, maybe a little less. So that's just something to take into consideration. You know, if you want the location, you're more worried about the location, but not as much about the space inside the house, then Oakley might be the right place for you. If you want you care more about the space inside the house, having maybe a larger yard, while there are some opportunities for that in Oakley, it's going to come with a higher price tag. So it's just one of those things to consider when you're trying to decide what is the best neighborhood for you to live in Cincinnati, Ohio.